welcome to the Thomas County Central Yellow Jacket Playoff Review, edition number 2. Randy Young along with Jamie Majors, part of the radio crew for the Yellow Jackets, as we are going to take a look today at the highlights from Thomas County Central's 49-19 victory over the Woodward Academy War Eagles, and also kind of give you a little preview of what's coming up and discuss all of the jockeying of our schedule and the changes that have been made here in the last week or so, most of which, in fact, none of which Thomas County Central had any sort of control over, but it is what it is, and we'll talk about that. But first, Jamie, fantastic game. Yellow Jackets win it solidly, but Woodward kind of punched us in the mouth a little bit when our guys responded.
Absolutely. I think it was good to grab a test or two here and there, and was able to rise up to the challenge and played really good football. And like I was telling you earlier, when we pulled up outside, we're doing something right if we pull back up here. So,
You're right. You're right.
So I'm so excited to be in the semis.
That's right.
Semifinals. Man, it's just a good time to be a Yellow Jacket. We're doing a lot of good things, and our team's playing really good. And like you said, we got a little test last week.
We did.
And responded well.
Yep. Well, the biggest thing to keep in mind with this now, we do not have in the highlights, you won't see the plays where Woodward Academy scored. However, if you watch the ticker down at the bottom, you'll be able to see how the score changed. Our mistakes is what led to most of the points for them. Now, they took advantage of them, which is what good teams do, but we helped set them up for a couple of those scores.
Yeah, had a fumble earlier, moving the ball.
Yep.
Had a fumble, and then turned right back around on the next possession, and we threw an interception.
A ball that was tipped at the line.
Absolutely, the ball was tipped, and Woodward made a good play and was able to get the ball back. And it seemed like they done really good after they got a turnover.
Yep.
Because I think they scored on both of those.
They did.
They scored on the fumble recovery on that drive, and then when they got the interception, they went right down the field and scored. So
short fields on both
of them. The sudden change did not work to our advantage.
Yep.
They were able to take that momentum and score touchdowns out of them, which really had me concerned there.
Yep.
And until Deuce does his special thing.
Yeah, well, and what's kind of odd, too, is that Woodward Academy missed 2 of their extra points. Now, they did hit a long pass that got behind us, and that was not set up by a turnover. That was just a play that they made.
Yep.
But they took advantage of the turnovers, which is what good teams do.
Absolutely.
But you kind of felt like they had left the door open a little bit with those extra points because it took the edge off and kept at least momentum somewhat sitting right there in the middle waiting for somebody to grab it.
Absolutely. I think the first extra point I thought was close.
Yeah.
But I guess, like you said, hey, they usually hit the scoreboard. So both times they missed the scoreboard, definitely. So, but they came back in and with another kicker on that third touchdown they scored, and they got the extra point. Yep. So I did too. I thought that it could have been worse. Mm-hmm. But I thought that I felt really good, even though we were down 19-7. Mm-hmm. I felt really good after we scored the kickoff return.
Yep.
I felt like I said, okay, we're fixing to probably settle in.
Yep. And that's what happened.
And that's what happened. So.
Yep. Once they got ahead 19-7, Thomas County Central scored 42 unanswered points and pretty well took control of the football game. So with all that said, let's jump on into those highlights. Thomas County Central and Woodward Academy. This is the state quarterfinals there at the Jackets Nest. Woodward, private school from Atlanta, and a rematch of the 2023 state championship game. This was very early on. They tried to run, and Eugene Ware, who has just come on so much here in the last half of the season at that linebacker position. He was our defensive most valuable player. Fantastic game, and here he is making another play. Eugene really, really had a good night.
Absolutely.
Big quarterback for Woodward, junior. Harrigan is his name. He's 6'3", about 190. Trey Pringle here, breaking up a pass. Number 1 for them, Blake. Oh my goodness! And I swore I wouldn't forget his name.
He never left the football field.
Blake Shepard, I think, is his name. He is committed to Clemson, and he played every down. That's number 1 that you see in motion.
This is the play right after the fumble. We were driving and fumbled the ball right there. We had crossed the 50.
And you see that they're ahead 6-0 here.
Yeah.
So we keep punching and coming back. J.B. Watkins here on a nice play, keeps his feet and then steps out right there in front of our sidelines.
Yeah, he is definitely back to being normal.
Well, here you go. This is after they had gone ahead 12-0 and
Yep.
Deuce Lawrence. This really, in some ways, Jamie, I think it was the turning point of the ball game.
Absolutely.
And this young man signing with Wake Forest this week.
This morning.
Yep, and he is something else right there. Outruns everything, and White got some good blocking downfield. Basically a 100-yard kickoff return. And a fantastic job by our special teams. Special teams have been a big part. Well, now, here's what's interesting. They scored on a long touchdown pass, so it's 19-7 at this point, and they make the wise decision to kick away from Deuce Lawrence. This kick goes over to Kobe Carnage over here on the far right side. And here's what Kobe does. Again, some good blocking downfield for him. There's J.B. Watkins down there blocking. Gary Pringle blocking, and he gets it down about an 80-yard kickoff return down to about the 20. And immediately we take advantage of it. Watch this catch from J.B. Watkins. Back behind him, pulls it in. Little misthrown, but a fantastic job pulling it in. And then we give it to Deuce running over on the right side, and he knows what to do. And again, good blocking. Rodney Dunbar with some good blocks, Garbett with some good blocks. So 19-14, we get the ball back. Here we are in their territory. There's JB again, physical, dragging people down the field, gets inside the 10. So 1st and goal to go. And we scored.
Yep.
21-19.
I'm feeling pretty good here.
Yeah. And this is still very early in the second quarter. And Jalen here with his legs, he did a really good job through the course of the night. Ran the football effectively. And this is Jordan McNeil. Jordan is a junior. He is the fastest thing, and I don't care who we're playing. He's the fastest thing on the field.
Yep. And just a quick cut about, when we played Woodward in the state championship a couple years ago, Jalen was able to do a lot with his legs.
He did tonight, or this night as well. Look at this. And then those linemen see an opportunity to push him forward. Jordan McNeil, by the way, runs almost 23 miles an hour.
Yeah, he's special.
Jalen hands it to him, gets a block in front of him from Garbett, and another touchdown.
Frank knows what to do when
he's physical.
He hits
man.
them linebackers.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not afraid of contact. That's for sure. So 28-19 here at this point.
And if you'll notice from here on in, which I don't know how much they'll show, but they went to the quick passing game.
Yep.
And a lot of draws and stuff because our defensive front was getting so much pressure.
Yep. There was another play from Eugene Ware. Just knocked the quarterback backwards about 3 yards or so. So we get the ball back, and we're still in the first, or I guess this is early in the third. And this is Dunbar. Got behind the defensive back, and again, you're not going to catch that. And Dunbar,
he's come on big time.
Who's signing with Pitt this week.
This morning.
As a matter of fact, that's right. So here we are against some pressure. And Cam Brooks knocks the ball out. Their big lineman jumps on it, but effectively ruins the drive there. Defense, after that little blitz to begin the games, really settled in. They had one first down after the halftime.
Yep.
Here's Jalen. And again, running the football. And physical.
That was a big first down, too, on that drive.
Yep.
I think we had I want to say in the fourth quarter, this may be the drive. We had like a 8-minute drive, I want to say.
Yeah, we ate up a majority of the third quarter and about 3 or 4 minutes of the fourth quarter, and just kind of moving it down the field.
And was able to score at the end of it and kind of punctuate it.
And here we are, and this is Jalen again doing what he does.
I think it's this next drive. This is the one we kind of broke their will.
Well, I mean, we're in complete control of it at this point. And trying to run the ball up the middle, and there's Little Hawk, Tristan Flanoy, doing a fantastic job. There's Kobe Carnage on a nice one-on-one play. And again, Blake Stewart is the young man's name who's the wide receiver for them, and he is one heck of an athlete.
He is.
Oh, my goodness. That's Deuce Lawrence doing what he does. And Jordan McNeil with another carry and another touchdown.
Doing what he does.
That's exactly right.
I think that was the drive there, Randy, that was, and they just took a kneel there and
Yeah, and I was trying to find.
wraps it up.
Yep, we're going to go over some of the stats for you. Woodward Academy ended up 8 for 20, passing wise for 147 yards and a touchdown. They rushed the ball 26 times for 54 total yards, averaged 2 yards a rush, 202 total yards, 6 first downs, one of which came after halftime. Thomas County Central, Jalen went 14 of 19 for 187 yards, touchdown, and an interception. Rushed the ball 45 times for 237 yards, 4 touchdowns, averaged right at 6 yards a carry. 421 yards total for Thomas County Central, 20 first downs for the night compared to 6 for Woodward. So a solid performance. After that little blitz, though, and to Woodward's credit again, we made some mistakes. Good teams take advantage of them. They did. But good teams are also resilient, and that's what our guys showed.
Yeah, we once we settled in, I thought that we done a great job of controlling the game from there on in, especially in the second half.
Yep.
We came out and kind of imposed our will. But I want to tip my cap to the Woodward fans that came.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
They made a lot of noise.
They did.
In that first part of the football game, they were a big part of them having all the energy they had.
Yep.
So they traveled well. They made a lot of noise and had some tricks up their sleeve too.
They did. They did.
But kind of copying some of the stuff that we've been doing.
But that's okay.
But
That's
hey,
all right.
you got to set a precedent.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, is what they say. But Woodward did. I mean, they were not intimidated. Their crowd showed up, showed out. Their team represented themselves very well. But Thomas County Central, just again, kind of the inevitable force as the game moved along and wins it 49-19. So we're going to take just a moment, collect our thoughts up, and talk about what's coming up next. And we'll do that. Just stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Thomas County Central Yellow Jacket Playoff Review. Randy Young along with Jamie Majors. And I guess we need to try to at least address a little bit what has happened that has led us up to this point. Now, first off, I want to say first and foremost, Thomas County Central and Roswell will play next Thursday night. Not this week, next Thursday night at 7:30 at the Jacket's Nest. And what has led up to that, for those of you who have been living under a rock, Brunswick High School and Gainesville High School got into a big fight in their quarterfinal game. And as a result, a bunch of players were suspended by the Georgia High School Association. Schools were fined, coaches were fined, postseason participation for Brunswick had been taken away from them for next year as a result of this big fracas. And as it turned out, it ends up back in August, Jamie, there was a fight between two schools in Macon, Southeast and Northwest, I believe, or Northeast and Southwest, two Macon schools.
That's right.
Bench clearing brawl, and the Georgia High School Association suspended 7 total players off both teams for that and fined the schools $1,500.
Yeah.
But no games were postponed, and there wasn't mass suspensions.
Right.
Well, at some point in time over this past weekend, Gainesville was made aware of this situation, and they brought that to the Georgia High School Association and said, hey, this same thing happened just a couple of months ago, and here's what you did. What's different with this situation? And to their credit, the Georgia High School Association threw their hands up and said, you know what, you're right. There's a double standard that's been set here. We can't do that. Okay. So they followed along as Gainesville had filed a court appeal to have their players that weren't involved directly in the fight be eligible. That's what's happened, and now we can move forward. Gainesville and Langston Hughes will play this Friday night in their quarterfinal game, and then everybody will catch up the next Thursday. Rome will play the winner of Langston Hughes and Gainesville and Thomas County Central and Roswell. And then the state championship game for Class 5A was moved as well. Instead of it being on Tuesday the 16th, I think that's what the date was, they moved it to the Wednesday. So they're trying to make it so, Jamie, and I get it, everybody now is on the same timeline. Everybody is facing the same schedule.
Yep.
And as far as the mess, I mean, nobody won from this.
Nope.
But the main thing is that everybody now is on the same page, and we can play. We can move
Absolutely, and I think they're trying to make it to where everybody's got even game prep.
That's right.
And all that good stuff. So if you had some bumps and bruises, that kind of favors us a little bit.
That's true.
We're able to get a little rest, but I just still think the momentum thing is huge.
Yep.
You know, once you get in the playoffs and you get that drive going, hiccups sometimes aren't good.
Right.
So I'm hoping that everything will go well and we can continue to prepare like we've been doing. Coach Rogers says we've been having some great practices. You know, the past 3 or 4 weeks with the playoffs and stuff. So Eli says that things are going really well. We're preparing
Yep.
as normal.
Yep.
And
Eli, by the way, is Jamie's son, by the way. I want to point that out for those who don't know. That's Jamie's son.
a Thursday
Plays for
night,
Central.
a Thursday night playoff game.
Yeah.
Is hey, we'll make it unique and we'll make it
We'll make
awesome.
it work.
So,
We'll make it work. And the thing about the momentum thing is Langston Hughes now has had they will have had 2 weeks off.
Yep.
And now Gainesville will have had 2 weeks off. I mean, everybody will be kind of on the same page. Everybody's an equal opportunity as far as the momentum getting broken. Everybody's on the same page.
That's right.
So hopefully, again, that will even out. But the biggest thing for our fan base and everybody around here is to remember that the game will be on Thursday evening
Yep.
on at 7:30. And if you had made your plans, which I know a lot of folks had already kind of called and got reservations in Atlanta, and we're trying to get tickets for the state championship game in case we get there.
Yep.
You're going to have to make some changes now because it will not be on Tuesday. It will be on Wednesday. But the biggest thing is, Jamie, I mean, I don't think people understand or possibly even grasped if the Georgia High School Association had dug their heels in on this, this could go on indefinitely. There was legitimate talk of our playoffs being completely suspended and no state champion being crowned.
Yeah, and that was tough to try to fathom that.
Yep.
Because of the year that you've had.
Yep.
And there's lots of senior football players out there playing their last year.
Yep.
And you hate that for them, and you surely hate that all that happened in Brunswick.
Yep.
For a bunch of seniors especially on Gainesville side and Brunswick side. You never want your season to end that way.
Right.
So
And for some of them, their career.
Yeah, I think the GHSA come up with a solution that I still think that it's made it tough for a lot of folks.
No
But
winners.
I think that what they come out with, they've owned up to it.
Yes.
Now they're able to get this moving forward.
That's
and
it.
get
That's the
positive.
bottom line.
So it is what it is, and now we've got us a schedule and we can go and get it.
That's exactly right. So, Yellow Jacket fans, make your plans. Not this week. Next Thursday evening, 7:30 at the Jacket's Nest. All of the tickets, by the way, are all digital. Go to gofan.com and you can purchase your tickets. And the way I understand it, whatever voucher you get from GoFan, you can then turn that in at the high school to get your tickets the following week or the week of the game.
Yep.
But there will be no physical ticket sales at the office at the high school. From this point forward, the Georgia High School Association owns every aspect and controls every aspect of the games.
Yep.
We have no control over it whatsoever, but the biggest thing is we will get to play.
Yep.
And we need the Jacket's Nest packed and rocking like it always is. Man, the atmosphere, Jamie, is just incredible. I keep thinking it can't get any better, but it always does.
Last week, that Woodward atmosphere was amazing.
Yeah.
And seen so many good folks that I was able to talk to that came in for the game.
Yep.
Being at a Thanksgiving week, it's always good to practice on Thanksgiving. Something that we've been doing the last 3 years,
Yeah.
4 years. So, man, it's just things are going really well.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see what a Thursday night atmosphere was going to be
Yeah.
like because, you're kind of the only game left around.
That's it.
So it'll be interesting to see how many people come from surrounding communities to support us. And
Yep.
and like I always do, if something happens and we're
Yep.
not playing,
Yep.
I always go support those programs that are still playing. So looking forward to a huge night next Thursday night.
Absolutely. And Jamie makes a wonderful point. Now, again, all the fans around that are high school football fans, or football fans in general, make your plans to come on out. It should be a special night at the Jacket's Nest. Next Thursday night, Thomas County Central and Roswell, the third ever semifinal game to ever be played at the Jackets Nest. 1972, 1986, and now 2025.
Man,
How about that? It's historic.
And I had the honor of being part of the '86.
You were.
And now I'm going to be a part of this one too.
right.
So this is awesome.
It's good stuff. All right, folks, listen, we appreciate you tuning in. We will be back in 2 weeks to be able to review the Roswell game and hopefully give you a preview of that state championship game. Hopefully we get there if we take care of our business. Main thing next Thursday night at the Jackets Nest, Thomas County Central and Roswell in the state semifinals. Until then, for Jamie Majors, I'm Randy Young. We'll see you at the stadium, and go Jackets.